Welcome to HIT, High Intensity Tactics for Growth. This is Chris Ciccanelli, and I am talking about how do you get yourself prepped? How do you get yourself mentally ready for the week? And I think it's important because, they say Sunday's the fun day, right? It's the day that you're supposed to go out there, have an unbelievable day, you're supposed to be able to unwind, relax. It's a day that you're supposed to sit back and reflect. But I love this because I started to do a little bit of research on, things to do on a Sunday, right? Everybody's talking about sorting their clothes, meal prepping, getting ready, maybe getting their diaries, checking out what they have for the weekend, all of those different things. But I think it goes back to a quote that I was reading one day, and it was from Walt Disney. The way to get started is to quit talking about it and begin doing it. And I think too many people sit back and they think about all the things they have to do as far as meal prepping and they, all the different things that's on their calendar and everything else like that. But what I see is most people get paralyzed by that and they don't start thinking about the weekend on Sunday. And so many people are sitting there going, it's a day of rest, it's a day of relaxation. I think it's the day that the successful people take advantage of. They're the ones that are sitting back and saying, hey, it's Sunday. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to think about the week. I'm going to visualize the week and see how it's going to go in my head. How I'm going to make sure that I walk into the office on Monday. How I'm going to get ready for my first meeting that I have on Monday. What kind of calls am I going to make? Who am I going to connect with? All of the different things that that you're not going to really get to until Monday or possibly Tuesday. And therefore, you've already lost, 1/5 of your week by sitting there and planning on a Monday where you could go in and tackle the Monday. So then your Friday becomes a little bit more relaxed or your Friday becomes a little bit more open. But I think too many people in this world right now are not doing the prep work. They're not doing the things that need to happen. I think too many people are doing the procrastination work, which they're sitting back and they're going, I hope I get all of my things done that I have on my to-do list. That is the one thing that I sit back and I think, how did we take a company from $1 million to $200+ million? And that's because we literally came in with a focused plan into the week. I see that with the most successful people that I coach in the business, the ones that I talk to, different CEOs, they're not sitting back and planning when they walk into the office on Sunday. They've already got their plan for the week. They've already visualized what that week is going to look like, and they play it out. If you think about your business and kind of where you're at today, are you a procrastinator or are you a prepper? Meaning, are you prepping for the week? Is it something that is on your mind right now? And if it's not, it's like, okay, great. Well, look, you could sit back and go, shit, there's a great opportunity now in front of me that I can sit back and start prepping and start getting ahead of everybody else. Everybody talks about, hey, gosh, I want a bigger business. I want to close a party, or I want to close a sale, or I want to be able to get a recruit lead. Well, you have to be thinking about those conversations and how those conversations are going to go. I think about my mom. When we were kids, right, on Sundays, we knew at 3 o'clock in the afternoon till 6 o'clock, we were not allowed in the house. And everybody goes, well, what did you do when it rained? I said, well, we had to go to the garage. We had to figure out how to play, foursquare in the garage. Or we had to figure out how to bounce a ball off the wall or whatever, because we knew that time my mom was planning for what her week was going to look like. She was calling all of her current hostesses for that week and making sure that she was doing her hostess coaching, her party planning. She was following up with customers from the week prior, making sure that they were satisfied with their products, making sure that they were satisfied with how the party went. She was also calling people that maybe were, looking at the business opportunity and saying, hey, listen, I'm gonna follow up with you. She always was prepping on Sundays. And I sit back and think about that. That is one of the things that people today need to do more of. With the society moving as fast as it's moving and things that are happening at lightning speed, most people aren't taking the time to really kind of reflect on their business. I think too many people, it's a shotgun in business. It's like, they're like, oh, okay, I got to go and make this happen today. I've got to go out there and talk to people about the business, but they're doing it like when they're in the car where they haven't really thought about how that conversation's going to go. They're on the ball field like, oh, I got 5 minutes. I can jam this call in. I can squeeze this in. And then the call is unproductive. Or they sit back and they walk into a meeting where they haven't prepped about anything about that meeting. I don't like if you're going to sit back and go in and have a one-on-one talking about the business to somebody, meaning it's like, hey, I'm going to talk about hosting a party and I'm going to make sure that this is successful, or somebody that's looking at the opportunity. If you haven't prepped and done your little bit of homework on that person, I think that you're setting yourself up for a disaster meeting. Now, it's kind of, when I look at this, people ask, why do I go into a meeting, and I want to know, who I'm meeting with. I want to know about their kids. I want to know about their family. I want to know about their likes. I want to know about their dislikes. What did they do for the week before? And today, it's so much easier than it was in 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, because ultimately, everybody puts their life on Facebook. They put their life on Instagram. And for us not to know what's going on in their world is almost a slap in the face. Back before, even when I take a meeting with somebody, I would have my assistants Google them, or before I had an assistant, I would Google them. I'd find out about them. I'd find out, anything I could find out. And if I didn't find it on Google, I would try to call people that might know them, because typically the people that I was dealing with were coming in through referrals. These were people that were referred to me for, different things. If it was somebody that wanted me to look at their product, or if it was somebody that wanted me to bring them on as a vendor or pyromance, or if there was somebody that was like, hey, listen, I'd like to talk to you about a business opportunity. All of those things were things we sat back and we calculated, or I not calculated, but I sat back and I did my research on. And that is an important thing that I think we're missing in today's society. How do you make sure that you're getting out there? Now, the other thing too is this. If you're somebody that has a very, very difficult time making decisions, and I know there's a lot of people out there listening to this, because I think when you are running a business, there are things that maybe you overthink too much on. Like the biggest decision of the day. What am I going to have for lunch? What am I going to make for dinner? What am I going to have for breakfast? I know that some people might go, really? That's a big decision? Oh my gosh, have you ever asked somebody what they want for dinner or what they want for lunch? And the first thing is, I don't know. I don't know what I want. Well, of course they don't know what they want, because they were just put on the spot to decide what it is that they want. All of the things that are going to take guesswork, you need to take those out of the mental thought process. Like, I think you should think, hey, what am I going to have? Am I going to, put a lunch schedule together? And I think some people, they laugh because I say you should be thinking about your lunch on Thursday. And the reason is if you're going to have a turkey sandwich, or if you're going to have if it's going to be chicken and salad or whatever, it's always great to kind of write that stuff down, take that thought process out of it, and follow the schedule. It's prepping your day. It's prepping your week. So the less things you think about, the more productive that you're going to be in today's world. Now, if you're listening to this, one other thing I would tell you is you need to also be prepping if you have things and activities that are outside of your work environment, i.e. if you have kids, right? Making sure that you have that schedule of events that you have for the kids. Do they have soccer, ballet? Do they have math class? Especially as we're getting into summer, and they have camps and they have all these different activities that are going on. If you start taking your Sunday and you start prepping for the week before, you're not going to feel like you're out of control. And as a business owner in today's world, the less things you think about, the more productive that you could be. Again, it's not thinking about anything other than prepping. Prepping is going to lead to progress, and progress is going to lead to an unbelievable business.